7.1, we would consider approving an interlocal agreement between the North Central Texas Council of Government, NCT, COG, NECCOG, and the City of Granbury, funded by the Texas Commission on Environmental Quality, TCEQ. It's a Rider 7 Air Quality Planning Grant, and it supports air quality planning efforts to attain federal ozone national ambient air quality standards. Mr. Kaufman.
I'll turn it over to our expert on that topic, Michelle McKenzie, with our Hood County Clean Air Coalition. So this is her report and her grant that we host on behalf of this organization, and they do a great job and have carried this program longer than I've been here. So appreciate you, Michelle. Go ahead and tell us about what you got.
Sure. Thank you, Mayor and council members. The City of Granbury has historically been the recipient of the TCEQ Rider 7 Local Air Quality Planning Grants since being added to the program in 2014. The funds were to be used by counties defined as affected counties that were near non-attainment for the National Ambient Air Quality Standard for ozone. These standards are required by the Clean Air Act and are periodically reviewed to determine if they are protective enough of human health and the health of the environment. This grant was vetoed in 2018 by Governor Abbott and then reinstated in 2019 with restrictions on what the funds could be used for, limited to emission inventory work, air quality monitoring, and administrative expenses capped at 10% of the grant funds. In 2021, the legislature added new affected counties, including Hunt County for the North Texas region, with no additional funding for the grant available. The North Central Texas Council of Governments was asked to help with assuming administration of the Rider 7 grant funds for Hood as well as Hunt County. This NICCOG agreement is the result of this and provides funding for a fleet emission inventory project for the City of Granbury, Hood County, and Granbury ISD. Vehicles with higher emissions will be identified and research will be done to identify funding opportunities to help with replacing those vehicles with lower emission options. So projects like this continue to be important as Hood County is adjacent to the DFW ozone non-attainment area, which was just reclassified to severe non-attainment for ozone for the 2008 ozone standard of 75 parts per billion, as well as moderate for the 2015 ozone standard because they have not attained either standard by their attainment dates. They may be reclassified again if they don't attain standards by their new attainment dates, which is 2027 for the 2008 standard and 2024 for the 2015 standard. The 2022 ozone season ended with some high readings for the DFW area, but especially for Hood County. The 4 highest readings at the Hood County Monitor for 2022 were 85, 84, 83, and 81 parts per billion, resulting in a design value, which is a 3-year average of the fourth highest reading, resulting in 69 parts per billion. The 2015 ozone standard is at 70 parts per billion. That standard was retained in December 2020, but EPA is currently reviewing that decision and is expected to complete that review by the end of 2023. With a design value of 69 parts per billion, of course, very close to the 70 parts per billion, and a potential lower standard leaves Hood County at risk of being designated non-attainment for that lower standard. And the coalition is, of course, grateful as we've had reduction in funding with the Rider 7 grant. The City of Granbury, I know, has contributed for the last few years. We were able to receive some funding last month from Hood County, as well as the City of Crescent to help support our efforts as well. So we're very grateful for all that support. But I'm happy to answer any questions that y'all have about the interlocal agreement.
Council, do you have any questions? No? Just a comment. I sat with the judge, on the Judge Massengill, on this committee, on the board of this committee, along with Mayor Tina Conway, and then and we have one Granbury staff member that's on that, and the rest are private individuals who have an interest in making sure that our county stays in compliance because of the horrendous costs that would be incurred by all citizens should we go out of compliance. This is a active group, and I will have to say that the young lady at the podium right here makes it all happen. So thank you so very much. And she just celebrated 10 years. It's a 10-year anniversary with us. So we are delighted for what's happening at this point in time, and we need to keep it up. So thank you. Any other questions or comments? No? Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. I'd like to call for a motion to consider approving an interlocal agreement between the North Central Texas Council of Governments and the City of Granbury, funded by the Texas Commission on Environmental Quality, TCEQ, which is the Rider 7 Air Quality Planning Grant, and it supports air quality planning efforts to attain federal ozone national ambient air quality standards.
So moved.
Mr. Wadley.
Oh.
It's made. Motion has been made.
Second.
Mr. Rodriguez has seconded. No other discussion. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed say nay. I hear no nays. It passes 6-0. Thank you. We appreciate that.